Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. When last left off, we got the worst ending in the game. John hated us, the Normal Boots Club hated us, our friend hated us. It was an all-around mess. So we're going to try and go for a better ending with JonTron. Right now, I'm back at the area where he says he's going to quit the drama club. It's right after Jacques died. So last time we dissuaded him, and it almost seemed to not work, but I think in this case, we'll try to support his decision instead. If that's what you want to do. I think the drama club would be missing out on a great president and a wonderful performer. Not to mention a certain tree. But if that's what you want to do, you should do it. You need time to yourself right now. John looked up at me in anguish. He reached a tentative hand out towards me, and I grabbed it in my own.
Hana.
Thank you, Hana. I'm glad you understand. He looked like he was going to cry again, but for a different reason. I rubbed the back of his hand with my thumb, nodding slowly. John was glad I supported him, which was good, but as I stared at him, a sudden idea flickered into my mind. Wasn't there another option? John heaved a heavy sigh, resuming his dejected state. I wasn't sure how he would take it, but it was worth a try. After all, it was just a suggestion. All he had to do was say no if he didn't want to do it. He wouldn't get upset about a suggestion, would he? I was thinking, John. I'd just go to the pet store and get an actual pet, one that looks exactly like Jacques, and you could tell everyone that they're the same bird and just pretend everything is the same. So, regardless of whether or not I immediately said, no, you shouldn't quit, or not, it seems like the option is still going to be, try to get another bird. So, that's a problem. So, I'm probably going to end up skipping a lot of this. Unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't remember my dialogue for this section, so I'll have to do manual skipping myself, but I'll get back to a part where hopefully we get another option and we get some different dialogue choices, so I'll catch up with you then. Because nobody wants to see John freaking out again. Okay, now I'm at another selection where we got to the point where we purchased the bird. Now, last time, I looked on the bird and it didn't end well. It tore up my entire bedroom and destroyed Mr. Bunny, and I ended up confessing to Mai, which pretty much screwed my chance of getting a slightly better ending, because for some reason the one girl decided to cause rumors later. So this time we're going to practice for the tournament instead of checking on the bird, because we know he's fine in there. So yeah, I should practice. There were only a few weeks left until the tournament after all, and I didn't want to embarrass Normal Boots, because if we check here, I need at least 20 tournament points to actually win my competitions, so I have to practice at least somewhat. I pull out my phone and turn it on. Instantly, several texts came in from Mai's number, all begging me to save her a pork bun. Sorry, Mai. I switched out of the texting app and started up the game. After a brief loading screen, the chirpy music began to play. I challenged someone to a multiplayer match and waited for the timer to count down. I like the music they used for the game, though. Ugh. That guy was hard. Uh-oh. So the bird's gonna freak out anyway? Ree, ree, ree! The bird started screaming, bouncing into the box's walls and moving it to and fro across my desk. Pencils and books clattered to the floor. The box flew across my desk as if possessed. It drew close to the edge of the desk, almost falling off. Oh, so pretty much regardless of what I do, the bird is going to be a pain in the ass. That's great to know. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's listen to the bird freak out again as it flies out of the box and around the room and in a complete blur. Ramming into a wall, knocking my shelf down, in my bed, into the desk, objects flying across the room, having an earthquake, talons flying at my face, cover face with arms. Geez, so not even messing with the bird, it freaks out on you. What is wrong with that bird, I tell ya? This was a bad idea from the start, but whatever. Okay, birdie. Thanks. Yeah, this is going well. John, save me from your crazy parrot. Oh, jeez. I still like the music that they use for this section, even if it's, like, very out of place. I'm still amazed how he was able to do that. Okay. Well, that was fun. Yep, back in the box. And the room was a mess. Yeah. This went about as well as expected. So, regardless of whether or not I open the box or decide to play my game, this happens. Wow, that's just terrible. Yeah. Well, actually, I might as well at least continue to this point, since we'll be getting into the part where we end up talking to Mai, so, yeah. Poor Mr. Bunny. Sad. Aw. John, you're not helping with the glaringness, just saying, but... yeah. Oh, I hate hearing her cry. I would be shocked too. Yeah, how are you supposed to deal with that? Again, yelling at someone to stop crying is not gonna make her stop, just saying.
No.
Yeah. Well, partially. Again, it's weird. I didn't even touch the bird, and the bird did this. Was it the music from the game? I don't even know. It was just bizarre. Because we didn't bother the bird this time. I could understand last time he freaked out and did this, but the bird didn't seem to do it. We didn't do anything to the bird this time. Why did it happen? I don't know. It's weird. But he left. Okay, so soon Mai should be coming in, right? Let's see, yeah. Hana, wake up. Yeah, she's gonna freak out on this, isn't she?
What the hell?
Yeah, it's, yeah, forgot about to clean the rest of it. So, yeah. Oh? Well, what else can you say in a situation like this? Also, I didn't realize that my cursor can actually, can I see? Yeah, you can see the cursor here. Look, it, like, blends right into Mai's arm right there. It's weird. Okay, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah. So, yeah. Last time, we got ourselves really screwed over by telling Mai what happened, so... we're just gonna have to evade it this time, because even though Mai didn't blab on us, the walls are paper thin, and for some reason that one girl decided to ruin us, and I don't know why. Mai, I really want to tell you what happened, but I can't. Seeing the look on her face, I reiterated. I can't. I made a promise. I know that if you had something you want me to keep secret, you wouldn't want me to tell anybody, right? I said it out of desperation, hoping she would understand. To my great surprise, Mai seemed caught off guard. Yeah, you're right. There are things I wouldn't... She trailed off. You mean like your crush on Pro Jared? But are you okay? I nodded slowly. I'm really sorry, Mai. I really, really am. Tears pricked the backs of my eyes, and Mai rubbed my shoulders.
I'll support.
Hey. Shh, it's okay, Hana. Don't worry. Between the two of us, we'll have this mess cleaned up in no time, right? She bounded to her feet, completely restored from her intense anger. Yeah, we'll totally kick this mess's ass. Mai might be quick to jump to conclusions, but she was just as quick to move on from him. A small smile crossed my lips. Right, let's get to work. Okay, so at least she doesn't take it badly that I ended up basically ditched her and didn't tell her what's going on. Okay, so what would be the next moment where we have to talk? I'll catch up to you at that point. I gotta do a lot of skipping, but we'll get to that in due time. Let's see what happens next time. Not next time in video, I mean next time in this video. BRB. Okay, now we're back at the actual, play. So, the question is, should I be sympathetic or be real with him? Last time I think I was real with him. So let's be sympathetic, I think. Jock would have been able to, you're right, but that's okay. We have to keep going with what we have now, right? I guess we do. John sighed and gazed deeply into my eyes. Hana, is this my fault? Did I cause this mess? The play in Jacques. Could I have fixed it somehow? My heart beat rapidly in my chest. It was as if I were performing open-heart surgery. I was absolutely terrified of saying the wrong thing and possibly scaring John. You did the very best you could, especially given the circumstances. By the way, how's my, Okay, yeah, that's not a good sign, but we'll see what happens. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure everyone understands. John was given a position of responsibility, and people trusted him to follow through. He didn't. That was a fact. That was the truth, but that didn't mean he did anything wrong. There were things he could have done differently, but hindsight is always 20/20. There's no point telling him that, not now. I understand. I suppose the show will just... John didn't finish his sentence. It was almost time for Juliet to come on stage. He disappeared into the wings while I stared at my twig-covered feet. The other actors and actresses were glaring at me, their stares falling against me like a thick velvet curtain. I wanted to sink into the ground like a stone plummeting through water. I wanted to not be here. At that point, being forced on stage would have been less stressful. As the actors around me finally started to pick up their things, John stepped on stage and addressed the audience. I saw him in my mind's eye, hat in his hands, a sorrowful look on his face. Hello, everybody. My name is John. I'm the head of Asagao Academy's drama club. Oh, this is different. On behalf of everyone, we are sorry to say that we will have to cancel the end of this play. One of the actors has gone missing. The shouting and outrage that followed had to be heard to be believed. I couldn't even hear the end of John's sentence. Thuds peppered the stage. Was the crowd throwing things? John stood silent and stoic, taking it all in our behalf. The rest of the cast paused, their gazes trying to pierce through the background. They were angry. They were sad. They were ashamed. What a mess. John promised refunds, an eventual improved run of the show, anything you think of, but it was too late. The damage was done. Would the drama club even exist next year? Asagao County took its reputation very seriously, and there was no way they would let this slide. John had done more than just wreck his own play. John came back into the room, stony and impassive. I couldn't tell whether he was hurt or upset by the audience's rage, or whether by that point he was too broken to care. He came towards me and I looked up as he approached. John. But he walked right past me. That was that, wasn't it? That was the end for John and me. Oh. Changed out of my tree costume and went straight back to the dorms, not bothering to stick around for cast notes or to help clean up. Hana, how'd it go? I completely ignored mine, instead going straight to my bunk. Hana? I pulled out my phone and plugged my headphones into it, descending into the game. I never wanted to come out of it. After all, the tournament was tomorrow. Maybe there was a chance I could still save things. Maybe. Okay, that was weird that it was in that section. I woke up the next morning, regret still heavy on my shoulders. No matter how much I practiced, no matter how I tried to ignore it, I couldn't. John's play bombed, and it was partially my fault. There'd be no more drama club, no matter what John or any other student did. I changed quickly into my uniform and crept quietly out the door, trying my best not to wake Mai. At least I could still do my best to win the tournament. I stepped down into the fresh spring air, taking a deep breath. My event was one of the first ones to go, so I had to be there earlier than most. Well, let's see what happens. Let's skip over to the actual thing. Play seemed like nothing compared to this, but why? There are less people here than the audience for the play, and at least I knew what I was doing this time around, kind of. I swallowed hard, searching the crowd to find John. There he is! Alright, so let's see what happens. Okay, yep, looks like I screwed up terribly in this round too. First to play, now this. I was a good-for-nothing loser. I was a complete disappointment. I didn't even bother to stay for John's event. There was no doubt in my mind that neither he nor anyone else wanted me there. And I'm not saying that I did not end up joining the Normal Boots Club. In any case, I wasn't sure I even wanted to be in the Normal Boots Club after everything that happened. After all, what did I get from being close to them? A torn rabbit, an embarrassing performance, possible blame for the dissolving of the drama club, a bad reputation, and a broken heart. It was stupid. It was pointless. I should have known better than to entertain the idea that I could amount to anything more than what I was at home. But at least I made one friend who I knew would stick by me forever.
You're my best friend.
Ah, I had my, and that was all that mattered. So that was the bad end. Jeez, I'm doing great with this. I got the worst ending and I got the bad ending. So, I'm obviously doing something wrong. I'm going to have to play around with some more things. I think I was partially on the right track, but not quite sure. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens in the next part. I'll try and get a better ending next time. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.